But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing Young Famous and African episode 2, season 1. Before I get started, make sure you guys go in the comments and let me know what you guys thought about this episode. So this is episode 3, actually. So this episode, it starts off with Swanky's planning like a relaxing day for the guys and everything like that. We're in episode 3 and we still haven't gotten a backcourt history and storyline from Swanky. It seems like he's the friend of the cast. Like he's not a main cast member because we don't know about his life still. We don't know like who he's dating, his family, stuff like that. Because I want to know, since he's gay or whatever, I want to know his like how did his family take that? Because y'all know how Africans are. Africans are really, they don't, most of them don't agree with that lifestyle or that type of stuff. So I want to know more about that type of stuff. But we haven't seen any storyline of him dealing with that type of stuff. So he organized the little soiree, little massage thing for DJ Naked and like Diamond and all of them. And we found out that DJ Naked said he hasn't been having sex with Kaylee because Kaylee's punishing him for what Diamond did by playing between the two girls or whatever. Right? Basically, like toying along Nadia and then still trying to pursue something with Zara. So she's punishing him for that. And that's my thing. This is what I mean why they're not really in love. I get her point of being mad about that, but it's like he's a grown man. What is he gonna do? Take his hand and be like, "No, Diamond, you can't do this and that." No, that's just an excuse. You just don't have sex with the man. Just be honest. Like I'm sick of them trying to like fake it, make it seem like like they're actually really in love and all this type of stuff. I feel like she doesn't really like him like that because there's like no way. Because you doing that to him, he gonna go ahead and find another African lady in South Africa and bang her brains out, a light-skinned African lady and bang her brains out, and Kaylee gonna be sitting there stuck. So she needs to tighten up about that whole situation. So all the women meet Nadia, Kelly, Zara, and Kenny B. So they're all sitting at the table. It's like a little tea party. So they're all just sipping their tea and everything like that, talking about the Arabic event and everything of that story. And when Annie ended up coming, she didn't know that Zara was gonna be there. And in my mind, I'm like, why did somebody have to give you a heads up if she was gonna come? Because it's not like y'all really had any beef. But yeah, if y'all remember on my last review, she felt some type of way because of what's his name? Because of Two-Face asking for Zara. Two-Face being on FaceTime being like, "Where's Zara? Where's Zara?" She felt some type of way about that and didn't like that. So that's why she was in her feelings about seeing her and not getting a heads up that she was gonna be there, which is super, super petty because she probably never even slept with Two-Face or did anything with Two-Face. So she's just being insecure. So Nadia ends up coming and they're all sitting there in in the confessionals. Zara's just like, something about Nadia is so different. She gives me something, she's like a little hood. I was like, just because she got dreads on, you think she hood? Africans are so stereotypical. It's so funny. So they all start talking about the Arabic night or whatever, and Kaylee opens her big mouth. She was just like, "So I was very surprised because I heard that Diamond is trying to pursue a relationship with Nadia, and you and Zara and you, Diamond, were so close in the Arabic event. You guys were kissing and making love and basically so lovey-dovey. So I was so surprised that you guys are pursuing a relationship. This is crazy." So Nadia's in her confession. She's just like, "What the hell? Like, who told this girl to basically expose us like that?" So, of course, Zara, she's denying it. She's just like, "Me and Diamond are not even together. We haven't had sex. He's not kissing me. He's not all over me. We're not together." Da 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 da. Like that, she's basically breaking down the whole thing and saying that she doesn't see anything with Diamond or whatever. They're not together. Blase, blase, blase. Which I believe a little bit, but then again, I don't. The way Diamond is and the way he spoils her, I do feel like they probably dip in the dip sack every once in a while. She just doesn't want to say it to kind of like embarrass herself. And then they get on the topic of Nadia and everything like of not of Nadia. They get into the topic of the butt cheek thing. So you already know. Annie, right, wore that little short dress on the event, so her butt cheeks were like sticking out in that dress. So Annie was just like, not going to lie, Zara, you really pissed me off at that event. So then all the girls are like, oh my god, oh my god, they're sipping their tea. They're like, ooh, what just happened? Right? This is their little pike. Mind you, at reality TV, somebody would have been already through a drink or something like that in episode 3. So Azara's just like, what do you mean I offended you? I did not say anything that would have offended you. What did I do to you? So she was just like, oh, you said that she was like, you said my butt cheeks was sitting out at that event. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's right. So then she's just like, oh, you don't think that is right? Oh yeah, I didn't mean to offend you. If I mean to offend you, I'm sorry. And then her confession, she was just like, I mean, I might have said, her butt cheeks was sitting out, but it was a very short dress and she was sitting down. So it was a whole thing about the whole butt thing. I feel like Annie's extra really sensitive and really insecure. So anytime she's like judged, I think it like messes with her spirit. So she needs to be like more secure in herself, because it's not like she like exposed her like, oh my god, your butt out, ew, you nasty, blah 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 blah. So I get why Zara was acting like that. Like it wasn't that big of a deal as Annie made it seem like. But on the other hand, Zara is judgmental and she does look at people with that side. I told you, she reminds me of this African lady that I know somewhere. I don't know if she sells products in the USA. Her face is on something, but she looks familiar. I'm gonna get down to it. So yeah. So DJ Naked and Kenny B meet, right? Now this was the funniest scene of the whole episode. So Kenny B was just like, I'm worried about you, DJ Naked. Your relationship is turbulent. It's very turbulent. And then he was just like, what do you mean? Why do you come here and attack me and my relationship? Your relationship has a lot of issues also. Don't you get off of your high horse, Kenny? Get off of your high horse. You are very high. You need to come down. So Kenny's basically telling DJ Naked like she's worried about him. She's just like, I'm worried about you and your relationship and everything like that. I feel like you're hiding a lot. You're basically like a brother figure to me. And this is what I got from the whole scene. I feel like Kenny B and DJ Naked slept around, because there's no way. Kenny B got so emotional. She started to cry at the thing. She was about to cry at one point, and then he was just like, if you cry, I leave. I was like cracking up when he said that. He was like, if you cry, I go home right now. So she was just getting emotional. She was like, I'm very nervous and scared for you. And then he was just like, you need to calm down. Get your emotions in check, okay? Get all of your emotions down. You need to regroup. You need to regroup. So she's over here crying. She was just like, what do you mean you tell me to regroup and everything like that? And then Kenny B is just like, oh, I'm going to get married and I want you as like a brother figure to me to be happy as well. So that's when DJ Naked hit her with the, you're not going to get married. And then she's just like, why? Why do you curse my relationship? So Kenny B feels as if DJ Naked isn't supportive of her new man or whatever. DJ Naked doesn't think that she knows her new man enough to get married that quick. That's why he doesn't really support the relationship and them getting married or whatever. But Kenny B is the most dramatic person on this series, and I live for it. I live for every single bit of it. It's amazing. It's funny as hell. You feel me? Like, it gives me what I need for this series. Like, it really, really does. And then after that, Annie and Swanky meet, and Swanky talks to Annie about how she's been adjusting to South Africa without her kids and stuff like that. And then Annie starts to receive these flowers. So she starts getting like these big bouquet of flowers. She starts getting all these big bouquet of flowers, right? After she gets these big bouquet of flowers, Swanky's just like, I need to see what is going on. Something is wrong. So he goes away. Next thing you know, we finally end up meeting Two-Face, y'all. We meet Two-Face. So Two-Face comes in. He starts hugging on her. Annie's like fangirling. Annie's like, oh my god. It is Two-Face kissing all up on him, going crazy, right? So we end up meeting Two-Face. They start getting all lovey-dovey and everything like that, right? So then Kenny organizes this therapy thing, because she was like, we need to regroup and meet with the therapist with a professional help. So Kenny B decides she wants to take her man and wants to take what's his name? When they start driving there and they actually get there, Kenny B's by herself. So the man didn't end up coming. So Kenny B is like, oh, the reason why my man's not here, y'all, is because DJ Naked. He was just like, she was very upset. He was very upset at what you did, DJ Naked. He didn't want to come. He didn't want to even see your face. So right, I really think Kenny B just did this to basically like set him up just so they could have their own therapy session. I feel like she never even told the husband that, oh, come with me to this therapy thing, and he was like, oh, I'm not coming. I feel like she really just did that just so they could talk to a therapist and sort out their issues or whatever. So then Kenny B ends up leaving. Before she even leaves, she didn't even say bye. And then DJ Nick is like, look at her. She's so rude. She leaves the room, doesn't even acknowledge me, doesn't even say goodbye. Look at her. She does this every time. She's rude. This is why I say they had something going on, because like their relationship is too emotional for them just to have a brother and sister relationship and just a regular strong friendship. Like she was crying like that was her nigga and like he hurt her. That's what I think. That's what my opinion. So throughout the whole therapy session, we see that basically DJ Naked doesn't really allow Kaylee to show her emotions. He doesn't really allow her to express how she feels because he keeps cutting her off at every little thing that she says, right? So every little thing that she says, he's just like, no, but you and then the therapist is like, do you ever let her talk, right? And then she feels as if he's not showing enough emotion, and then he feels as if she doesn't fulfill his needs, because he was just like, I wanted some sugar one day on my oats. She didn't even put the sugar on my oats. I was just like, yo, grown ass need to put your damn own sugar on your oats. That's what's wrong with some of these African men, y'all. They very like, they are God and king, and these girls got to bow down because they got the money. But a lot of these girls, they'll just do it and kind of like just go along with it while they have like other babies and other girls on the side. But some girls don't be having it, like Kaylee. So yeah, that was basically like their whole little issues or whatever. So at the last scene, we see Two-Face. He ends up setting up like this huge romantic date and everything with Annie, and Annie just starts crying. This like their 10th-year anniversary being together. Y'all did some research on Annie and Two-Face, y'all. I looked them up on Google and everything like that. Their relationship is scandalous. Look them up on Google. You'll see all the tabloids, the African tabloids going in on them, the African shade rooms exposing them, the African baller alerts talking about them. Like their relationship is kind of scandalous. So when I looked at this scene, I was just kind of like, ooh, you guys don't have that good of a relationship, y'all, because the way some of these tabloids be talking about them and some of the stuff that Two-Face did, like you might as well have went out with 2 Chainz, because baby, it wasn't good. So that was really the third episode of Young, Famous, and African. Like I said, I'm still going to be continuing reviewing this series. It's actually really, really good. This episode was so-so. The first 2 episodes were like really, really strong. But of course, it was still funny as ever. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below.